Welcome, episode 7. Going back a little ways, this is a song from Ronaldo Hahn. It was something I did on my master's recital at Yale many, many years ago. And it's a favorite of my father's. It's called A Chloris, and the text is S'il est vrai, Chloris, is it true, Chloris, that you love me, but I've heard that you love me well. I don't believe that even kings have a similar luck to mine. If death should importune me and change my fortunes for the whim of heaven, all the ambrosia, that one says or hears of ambrosia will not touch the fantasy of the price of the grace of your eyes. So if I die, I'm sure ambrosia doesn't compare to you. It's a neo-Baroque classic, I think. S'il est vrai, Clarisse, que tu m'aimes, mais j'entends que tu m'aimes bien. Je ne crois pas que la loi à le bonheur que l'annonce serait importune à venir changer ma fortune pour la félicité des cieux. Tout ce qu'on dit de l'ambroisie ne touche point ma fantaisie au prix des grâces de tes yeux. Tout ce qu'on dit de l'ambroisie ne touche pas ma fantaisie au prix des grâces de tes yeux. I probably heard that when I was 7. My father would sing it, my mother would play, so it's something that goes pretty deep for me.
Sweetie, did you want to start recording on the other one? Did you want to record on the other one?
Oh, I already did, but it's all right.
Okay.
Maybe it didn't quite work.
Mm.
I'd like to visit something a little more recent. This is from a piece of mine called Highway Ulysses, which I did. Robert Woodruff invited me to come into ART. I think it was 2003, and create a piece based on the Ulysses myth, the Odyssey. So I imagined a Vietnam vet whose ex-wife dies and leaves his son as a ward of the state, and he has to travel across the U.S. to get his son, to find his son. And in the process, he goes to various islands of America, and but he leaves his girlfriend in California, and we get a glimpse from her of what it's like living with someone with PTSD. This is called "Let's Hear It for the Walking Dead." Ellen's going to sing it for us.
Let's hear it for the walking dead. Let's hear it for the hearts of stone. Let's ask him in, let's share our bed. Why not? Same difference, I'll still be alone. And he's a man who should have sons, an army of them, to help him clean his guns, and maybe several wives to sharpen all the knives. Oh no, it's safe with him, he's all right. Just don't surprise him when he's checking the perimeter at night. You see, he thinks he's still at war. Everyone's a threat and I'm some kind of whore. Let's hear it for the women of such men who take the punishment and stay. They forgive again and again. They forgive and never walk away. They never win the battles, but the war, well, who's to say? Well, who's to say? Well, who's to say?
We'd like to read a passage from, this is one of the lyrics, but it's when Ulysses and his son are in opposite ends of the stage, and they each talk about each other, sing about each other. I'm going to read you the text, though, with Ellen playing the son, and I'll play Ulysses.
When my father comes, when he walks through the door, he is smiling as he walks in.
When I see my son, when I meet the sun, I am at my best, I am calm.
When my father comes in,
when I see my son, I am calm.
He is smiling as he walks through the door.
I am calm, I am home.
He is tall, he is alone.
When I meet the boy, my son,
he is kind, he is a friend.
I pick him up.
He picks me up, I'm light.
He is light.
He carries me.
I carry him.
We walk out to the car.
We talk about the war.
He teaches me to hunt
I tell him who I am.
He teaches me to hunt.
I show him all the scars.
We track the deer,
I save him
the bear,
from the same mistakes.
wild horses.
I keep him from harm.
We are hunters.
I keep him home.
We are hunters.
I keep him home.
We are hunters.
I keep him safe from harm.
We are hunters.
I keep him home.
We are hunters.
I keep him home.
We are hunters.
I keep him home.
We are hunters.
In the course of his trip across America, he ends up at a tattoo parlor in the Midwest. And he sings to the tattooist. It was Calypso, kind of this Calypso character. And it talks about the occasion of his receiving this tattoo he's already got on his arm of a wolf she got in Vietnam. This is called One Night on Leave. One night on leave, each man rolled up his sleeve, all drunk, all drowning. Each man chose his animal. I chose the wolf for cunning. The wolf is good at waiting. The wolf is good at running. We ran, that wolf and I, as hard as we could run. We ran through blood and stayed alive, that wolf and I. Of all the animals we chose that night, only mine is still alive. And that wolf is fading. That wolf is fading. All right.
Wallace Stevens.
Let's leave the Wallace Stevens and do this first.
Okay.
I was let me bring this a little bit closer. I was about to throw this can away. I'm not throw it away, but put it in recycling. And Ellen asked me, which is really an unusual thing. She's generally encouraging me to throw things away. And she said, "Are you sure you want to throw that away? Because maybe there's a sound in it." And so hit it. So it was this great sound. So I saved it, and then I thought I would use my this invention of mine, what I call the kick tambourine, which is a pedal-operated tambourine. I'm sure somebody's thought of this, and I wrote a lyric this morning. So as happens sometimes on a toy box day. So this is for penny whistle and coffee can and kick tambourine. My truck won't go, my dog won't stay, my friends has all just moved away. The wife is gone, the kids has growed, I guess it's time to hit the road. The house is empty, bed is broke, what I had to say's been spoke. Everything I know is knowed, guess it's time to hit the road. Ain't no truth left on this farm, ain't no sorrow, ain't no harm. What they was is dead or sold, time to take the open road. Maybe it's time to look for God, ask him why he hid what's hid, and does he ever laugh or cry, and if he don't, then ask him why. What used to come round don't come round. Summer now, the windows is rolled down. Everything I know is knowed, and I'm looking down the open road. The dog has stuck his head out as I drive, and both of us is glad to be alive. The dog has stuck his head out as I drive. And both of us is glad to be alive. Do we have, what's our time like? Huh?
18.
All right.
Perfect.
I want to round out the last couple of minutes. Did I miss something in talking about things?
No.
All right. This was sent to me by Abigail Van Allen after the first Toy Box episode, when we did Wallace Stevens, and I quoted some Gerhard Richter, and so she sent this excerpt from a Wallace Stevens poem, which I'd like to end with. It's a beautiful thing. And it's the part 3 of The Owl in the Sarcophagus. Abigail writes, part 3 of The Owl of the Sarcophagus, which has been haunting me since the last Toy Box. Stevens and Richter, 2 ways, 1 mind. This is part 3, Owl in the Sarcophagus. There he saw well the foldings in the height of sleep, the whiteness folded into less, like many robings, as moving masses are, as a moving mountain is, moving through the day and night, colored from distances, central, where luminous agitations come to rest. In an ever-changing, calmest unity, the unique composure, harshest streakings joined in a vanishing, vanished violet that wrapped round the giant body the meanings of its folds, the weaving and the crinkling and the vex, as on water of an afternoon in the wind, after the wind has passed. Sleep realized was the whiteness that is the ultimate intellect, a diamond jubilance beyond the fire, that gives its power to the wild-ringed eye. Then he breathed deeply the deep atmosphere of sleep, the accomplished, the fulfilling air. Thanks for joining us for this special Toy Box. the next time we see you, we're actually bringing the toy box up to our friend's place in Maine. So we're going to be on the ragged coast of Maine to do a kind of remote toy box from there. So in 2 weeks, that's where we'll be. And I've been working on this new 5-string banjo tune, which I will unveil then. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're going to hang around in case you want to talk. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, Rinde and Ellen. That was beautiful. Lots of great notes coming in over the chat. I'll share with you afterwards. My name is Pilar Castro-Kiltz from More Canvas Consulting. I'm the mysterious woman on the headphones from afar. I'm going to be moderating the chat today, so if you have a question for Rinde and or Ellen, you can type into the chat. Oh, is there a deer outside?
Yeah, there's a deer just
Well,
coming right by.
there are also 3 tiny fawns.
Look, there they go.
Can we see them?
Oh yeah, we can see them.
Coming by. Yeah, you can. There we go. Yeah.
Front row seats for the concert.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are our phones. Yeah, you can see.
Okay.
Yeah, that's beautiful. There are 3 of them, 3 little ones.
Lori McCant says, the wildlife have gathered for you, Orpheus.
Oh, did you see that?
Thank you.
Afternoon of a fawn. Yes, Pamela Z.
Afternoon of the fun.
So
Yeah.
if you have a question, type it in the chat or raise your hand. I'll unmute you so you can ask it. I'd unmute everybody, but 60 people trying to talk at once. Yes. That Rite of Spring or is that Afternoon of a Fawn?
I'm not quite sure.
That's the Rite of Spring.
Probably the Rite of Spring.
Should we get, this is casting.
Tom, I'm going to unmute you for your question.
Hi. Say hi.
Hi. Hi. Hi, from India.
Hey,
Ellen.
Hold on, we're getting him. There he is.
Tom.
There's Uncle Tom.
Oh, Uncle Tom. Hi, Tom.
That's my favorite uncle.
Nice hearing you sing and perform. Oh,
All right. How old are you now, Tom? I can't.
How old are you?
90 what?
91, yeah.
He's 91 and a half. 91 and a half.
Oh my
Still
God.
driving.
That's my
We're
cousin.
still driving.
I keep my fingers crossed every day that it continues.
Good to hear your voice.
It's sure good hearing you perform and seeing both of you together. Oh, wow.
Thanks, Tom.
That's great. I've never heard Ellen sing before.
No, she does it rarely, and this is but this is a favorite of mine. I occasionally make her sing it because I think she sings.
Yeah. But she did a pretty good job.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Lori, I'm going to unmute you for your question. Thanks for bearing with us. This is the first time we're doing this Q&A session.
We haven't done this before.
Yeah. Lori, I'm going to unmute you.
Hi.
Hey, Lori.
Where are you? It's so light outside your windows.
Yeah, there's still light in the sky. It's we're in Nyack, New York at 8:20.
Still light.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
The
piano.
fireflies are playing outside in my backyard.
Oh, lovely.
We've got
They say hello.
Oh, I wish you could see the fawns are now suckling the deer
Oh, God.
while she eats our
Which we
shrubbery.
like to see
yeah.
because if they're not suckling the deer, they're eating all the plants.
Well, she's eating the plants while they're suckling.
So
yeah.
we were wondering how long the squash blossoms would last, and
Oh,
so
Not long.
not long.
yeah.
But they're beautiful, these little fawns.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Yeah, it's very bucolic sometimes here. Sometimes I do this little kind of combination of Qigong and Tai Chi out of this little platform I built. It's kind of a small nose stage, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And the deer don't know, I'm moving in such a strange way, they don't know what to make of it. I've had animals just come right by me because they don't recognize human movement. They think I'm some sort of vegetable.
Thanks, Lori. We have a question from Lisa Roth. Lisa, I'm going to Rothy. Rothy?
Lisa.
Me?
A weird pronunciation. What can I say? Hey, Ellen, Rinde.
Hi, Lulu.
Hi, Lulu. I actually am curious because I know that in the outside world, the collaboration, you haven't collaborated a ton. We've worked on something together, but I'm just curious about what your collaboration is, what it's like to be quarantined together and making work together. And has it changed after spending so much time with
We've been doing great, actually.
Yeah.
We've been having a good time.
It's really fun.
And so the toy boxes have been, Ellen's, as you can tell, gotten more and more into the toy box.
Yeah.
She was on the side to begin with, a kind of shadow presence, and she's now taking over the toy box. So that's fine with me.
A wonderful addition.
Yeah. So we've been having a great time.
Well, it's given me an excuse to gain or, polish some skills. And Rindy's been very generous but I am the only, available help. So
I'm the deer.
I'm the staff on hand. So, I get to do percussion. I've never done percussion before.
She's actually quite good. So I'm giving her more and more percussion parts to do. Although I do choose the instruments rather carefully.
I loved the can. The can was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she deserves to play the can since she saved it from the recycling bin.
Anyway, really, it was beautiful, really lovely. Ellen, your voice sounded wonderful on that song.
Thank you very much. That means a lot to me.
Thanks, Lisa. I think we have time for 2 more questions. Ben Cameron, I'm going to unmute you.
Oh my God. Wow. We have such a great audience here.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, Ben.
Listen, my question was really, there was an observation, which is, of course, for those of you who don't know, Ellen's rendition of I've Got It Bad and That Ain't Good will always be definitive in my American songbook. I'm just saying. But just, I'm curious, knowing what a roller coaster we're all on right now in this moment, about, for each of you, what is it that's giving you the greatest hope in this moment, and what's giving you the greatest inspiration to continue the work you're doing?
I was just talking to Pilar about this. I am finding that the widespread support for the protests, the Black Lives Matter protests, has been that's given me great solace and real cause for optimism. I think that there is a real attempt towards a kind of shift of consciousness that I would not have seen coming. It's the horrors of this administration and of our time, I think, have really made clear that change is absolutely necessary.
Yeah, and that, and I also think that having taken away something, it's you sometimes don't know what it's worth until they paved paradise and put up a parking lot. It's like you don't know what it's worth until you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
And so I think now I'm just more than ever. I understand exactly how important the work that we do in the arts, and particularly the performing arts, is. And so I'm going to come back with a kind of renewed enthusiasm and perhaps a zeal to actually make these things happen, to return us to the sanity of art. I hope that the toy box has been kind of a little island of that that art.
Okay, and I think we have one more. I'm just kind of going down the line here in order. Barry Lenson.
Barry.
Barry.
He was, I think Barry was at my master's recital.
Barry, I'm asking you to unmute. If you could unmute your mic, you can ask your question.
Oops.
Oops. Oh,
Barry?
okay. Yes, there he goes.
Hi, I don't know if you can, it's better, of course, if you don't see me, whether you can hear me or not. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you now.
Okay. I had the simplest of all possible questions, which was, I actually remember, Rinde, you're singing another Rinaldo Hahn song back in the days when we were at Yale, and I bet you can name what this song was.
Oh, je vis prise au pavillon de madame très très belle. Ainsi que fait le pavillon, je logis comme un pavillon. I can't remember all the lyrics, but that's it. It's a beautiful thing. I want to learn how to play it, but it's very difficult. It's a lot more difficult than some of these other things.
More than I would have gotten. That's Quand je vis prise au pavillon by Rinaldo Hahn. So I have to...
Quand je vis pris,
Quand je vis au pavillon, when I was taken over or seized at the pavilion.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's all I wanted to ask, but I'm very impressed that however many years later, you still remember the word.
Yeah, that was, Barry was my saving friend in that, at that time when I was a very foolish young man in my graduate days, and Barry was like my great older brother, was keeping me sane.
Yeah, no, those were good days, but very much sustained by you and your creativity and wonderful sense of humor. So thank you for that.
Thanks, brother.
And we have one last question. I'm going to unmute you. Gato, go ahead.
Ellen,
Is that Winter?
hey Gato,
Hi, Gato.
what do you call a pile of kittens?
What do you call a pile of kittens? What indeed?
A meownton.
Oh.
On that note, I think we can end on a better note.
There's no improving on that.
Thank you so much, everybody. Please join us in 2 weeks for the next Toy Box Live.
Perfect.
Amen.
Have a good 2 weeks, everyone. Stay healthy.
Yeah.